Three mates have just completed an amazing achievement, climbing Africa's highest peak, Mt Kilimanjaro. But the journey would have seemed impossible when first thought of 2 years ago, when one of them was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer.
Back to work after completing an incredible feat. George can't believe it's all over.
It feels fantastic. There was always the apprehension that we weren't going to make it to the top. You hear all the horror stories about altitude sickness, and all of us suffered to some extent from altitude sickness. But yeah, we all made it to the top.
The top of Mt Kilimanjaro, that is, Africa's highest peak and the highest freestanding mountain in the world. His mate Luke came up with the idea of climbing Mt Kilimanjaro, and it would have seemed impossible 2 years ago, after George was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer.
It seemed a bit far-fetched then, but I agreed to it just because I didn't think I'd have to do it.
The deadly disease has the lowest survival rate of all cancers, just 5%. But George underwent invasive surgery and 6 months chemotherapy and beat it. He's now an inspiration.
After the operation, I decided to look for survivor stories, and there just wasn't any. Personally, for me, it's thinking of the person who's in their bed now, having been diagnosed, and looking for a bit of hope.
Climbing the mountain wasn't just showing that he could do it, but a chance to raise awareness and money for research. The guys set the target of $50,000. They've well and truly surpassed that now. To date, they've raised $80,000. So, what's next?
We'll think of something. We're open to suggestions.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Luke and Paul will be on board when I say that.
Kathleen Bruin, 9 News.